Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn energy reading, and this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take the parts that do resonate. If it does not, leave the parts that do not resonate, as those may be meant for someone else. All right, I'm going to use my Star Dragons cards here, and if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, please feel free to check out the links below. It helps me greatly. And we're going to look at what you may possibly be struggling with. Accepting loss. That's definitely a hard thing to accept. What do you need to focus on? Returning, going with the flow. I feel like it's returning to yourself. I feel like you may have been caught up in this loss, whatever that loss may represent to you. And I feel like you're caught up in that energy and you haven't been yourself. You haven't been feeling like yourself. You haven't been acting like yourself. And I feel like this loss has been something that's sort of taken over you and you haven't been able to be yourself. So what you need to focus on is returning to yourself. Oh, look at this one. I don't know if I've seen this one. Energy's coming in. Choice, understanding consequences. I like that one with all the dragons there. Understanding consequences, and I feel like the choice is, do I want to keep myself in this grief and in this frustration and this mode of loss, or do I want to return to myself, acting like myself, but almost like in a better manner, realizing, okay, that you don't want to be in that energy. All right, so let's get some tarot about this accepting loss. Let's get some clarifications on this. We have the Three of Wands. We have Seven of Swords. Yeah, that's definitely something. All right. Whatever this loss was, is I feel that you've shut down. I feel, again, like I feel like what you need to focus on is returning to yourself, but I feel like what you're struggling with is that you're feeling shut down, that you're feeling tired, that you're feeling like something deceived you, someone or something let you down, that you're really wondering, where do I go from here? And that's definitely very challenging when you're on a path and you're like, oh, you know, I think this is where I want to go. I think this is what I want to do. But then something happens and that gets changed. And for some, it can affect harder and it can cause you to shut down. For some, that energy is used as a motivator to push through and to not accept that loss, to not accept that as a failure, but to say to look at it as in, that's a way to push me even harder towards my goals, to push me even harder to go after what's important to me. And sometimes we can accept that, you know, it all depends on also how big of an issue it is or how big of a thing that it is that happened to us. And if we're able to pick ourselves up, sometimes we can do it sooner. Sometimes it takes us some time, but I feel like, yeah, Nine of Pentacles, returning to yourself, feeling back on track, definitely returning to yourself with the Devil card here, right? Coming into your own power, coming into your own energy. This is what you need to focus on, pulling yourself up, getting yourself back on track, listening to your intuition. How is it that you're perceiving this thing that you're struggling with? Are you going to let that energy take control of you, or are you going to move on from that energy? Are you going to take control of the situation? I feel like you're kind of realizing, okay, it's time for me to move on. I feel like your intuition is starting to come into play. Future energies, understanding consequences. The King of Pentacles, walking away, not letting it bother you, and moving in a new direction. Definitely, that's what I feel like is coming in for you, is you're like, okay, yeah, I went through this rough patch. I went through this tough time. I had these struggles. I had these challenges, but I'm not going to let it get the best of me, and I'm going to turn that back around. I'm going to get things back on track. But I feel like you do things differently because of what's happened here. I feel like you look at things differently and you see things differently and you approach things differently. And that's kind of what I'm feeling. For some reason, let's do this. For future energies, I feel like grabbing a couple of these cards for some more future energies for you, energies that want to come in. for Capricorn in this reading? Let's grab a couple for that. Look at this. I love it. Happiness, celebration, feeling strong, feeling powerful, a different way of looking at things, and charging ahead. Wow, I love this energy that's coming in for you. Now I see why I wanted to pull those cards, is because you're reining it in. You're getting things under control. You're realizing that you are driving your own chariot, and you're realizing how powerful you are, and that if you want it to go in the direction to achieve those goals and to achieve those dreams and to have that better life, that's up to you, because you are driving that. You are controlling it. Yeah, there's going to be bumps in the road. Yeah, there's going to be challenges, right? But figuring out solutions, which is what I feel the King of Pentacles is that he's somebody who figures out solutions to problems. That he's really good at that. And sometimes it takes longer than others, but seeing, again, like I was saying before, seeing this challenge as a motivator, not a hindrance. I love that. All right, so let's grab an animal oracle for the reading. What energies do we have for Capricorn for this reading? For animal oracle, those two kind of wanted to come out. I love it. Let it shine. I love this card because I feel like it's you coming into your own and your own power and letting yourself shine and not being held back here, right? Not shutting down, not closing off, but being that peacock and spreading your feathers. And then we have Coyote Spirit, trust in divine detours. That's exactly what this was. And again, how I say for perspective is that you have to look at it from the perspective that this was a detour for you to grow stronger and to be more confident and to realize that you're in control and for you to show yourself how strong you are. And this was a detour that you weren't expecting to take and you didn't want to take, but it's almost like once you get through it and you look back, you're like, wow, I'm kind of glad that happened, because I really realized a lot of things and I learned a lot of things from the situation. And that's always a positive. I always love that. All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.